Just watching this VWAP area. Let's see if it goes for a crack or comes down, breaks, retests, and then fails. We'll see what happens. Just watching for a little bit of a rejection. think I'm gonna get short here. Just want to see this 2-minute candle close, but I want it to close behind that, below that blue line, or below this red line here. Look at that snap. Yep. Okay, there we go. It closed. Wait for the pop, come up and retest here. At 81 is where I'm gonna get short. A little pop into the 81. Not there yet. Need to pop up and then grab them in the 81s. Not on this chart. I'm on a different platform. Didn't get it. It went below the line. Now it looks like it's testing in 80s. And some buyers coming up, trying to come back up to test here on the book map. We'll see what happens. It's not looking very strong. That doesn't mean anything though. It can all of a sudden just shoot out of nowhere because this is kind of a support down here. I just want the pop, confirm that it's weak, and continue the downtrend. Right back here into supply. Just a little bit of watching going on. Okay, it's pushing up. Little pop there. You can see it hit those 81s. It's close. Looks like it might go even above it more. Probably will. I'm gonna still leave it there just in case. Need to see the rejection. Need to see this hit and then come back down. Okay, that's up. There it is. I'm filled short now. The 81. We'll see where it takes me. That's the rejection candle I want to see. Reject off of VWAP. And that line that I have across here. In case you want to know where I got it from, it's the top of this here. Ooh, look at that, baby. Slam right back down. There we go. Came up, came down, rejected that area for a minute. We'll see. See what happens. But right now we're just a little bit below. I'm a little bit in the profit. Only have one contract on. Looks like it's a rejecting, but really it's just the buy up. Oh, look at that flush. There we go. Coming all the way down to the very bottom. This is where I should have covered right here at 76, but I feel like this should snap. So we'll just put a little bit for this to snap right here and go even more. I don't want it to hold. I'd like to see a little snap right back down. So it's going to be to 76, probably down to like 75. We'll see. So look left, right? I'm going to look to the left. So we have a little support line here. And then there's another one over here. So what you can do is you draw a support line right there. And what I can put on that. So then what I'll do is, this is basically where I was saying I should probably get out, which it did. It came down here, and that support got bought right back up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this red to more of a green. And I want to see it snap this green line, which this would be the buy spot for anybody who's trading right now. And then also we're going to be over here watching the book map to see if it can get through. Look at this, 76, all that area. So look at right here, 76, right there. So you can see there's a ton of orders that are sitting there on the heat map, just ready to be filled. So I'm not in the greatest spot to be in short right now. Now it's going to come back probably against me, and so I can either just get out for a small profit, or I could see what happens. I choose to see what happens. I think this is going to get beat back down and test this level down here. I just need 77 to break and go down. And if it takes out this liquidity here, that's all in the orders for the heat map, then we'll just continue maybe to go down and retest down into the 70s. 18,570, 72 area. But I'm letting it work. It might go against me, but I'm hoping that this area will reject, because you got confluence, right? So you have this line here, short term, of course, coming up. You got the line up here from the highs. So we got these highs up here, and this line coming down is downtrending. And I'm hoping that, oh, look at that, it just hit probably a bunch of stops doing that. So now back to 81. It's trying to show some strength, but that VWAP just rejected so far. Who knows? But you got confluence of this one as well from, you have this one here that goes all the way across. That's going to be some basically, like, we're not really on that one, but it's this one here, sorry. So you got this line here, which is kind of resistance, and then you have this littler line right here, this was also resistance. So you have this confluence right here intersecting, and you have the VWAP, which is on a 2-minute time frame. So there's the 5. So look at all these confluences on the 5-minute, on the 2-minute, which I was just on. All these confluences, meaning you got multiple indicators and technicals coming together in one spot, which are going to basically intersect and be confluence. Confluence trading is when you combine more than one trading technique or analysis to increase your odds of winning the trade. So for me, that's enough confluence there for me to stay in the trade. So yeah, that's basically what I got going on. I could show you a little bit of my chart. I don't have much. I don't want to. There's the accounts. I don't want to do. Okay. Anyways, it's $30 in the money right now. Nothing too crazy. 35. It's gonna hopefully flush all the way down, but we'll see. I'm sitting here watching it. One thing I don't like to see is that it's basing and going sideways. So when it bases and starts to go sideways like that, that's when you start kind of getting a little bit worried. You don't want it to, and then you see wicks like that and bought up, wick, bought up, come back down, testing this wick. I needed to break 18,578 like that, just like that. $75 is the target. Look over here. It's looking over at the book map. You have a lot of liquidity down here. That's support. And due to the limited volume, I'm sure support should probably hold. But if it gets taken out, it'd be good for me, because I'm looking to get past the 75. 18,575 area. Look at all that. So they're all coming in to buy. Big volume, which at least it looks like it. Doesn't appear to be that many contracts. It would have been really nice to be short up here, but didn't make it. Here we go, coming down. Watch this area here on the book map, watching for this liquidity to get taken out by its sellers. We need them to start hitting. Okay, this is where I can get time and sales in. Watching time and sales. So you're watching the red, watching the green. Here's the red on book map. But here's another order flow. Way to see order flow. This is all kind of holding though. 77, 78. Currently at $60. Still watching. There's a slam, went right through my area. Actually did not have that on, so I'm just going to wait to see if this thing can slam a little more. I'm going to watch the book map to see how it reacts. I'm watching all these time and sales, all the red coming through, slamming it down, slamming it. That means everybody who was long is freaking out. They're hitting the bid, or hitting the bid. Yep. Okay, there's a little bit of cover right there. Watching it. Still watching that pop up. It's okay. Still watching it. Had a low of 74.25, I think, is that what it's showing me here? 74. Yep. Okay, so it goes up again. It's got bought up. Let's see if it can hold and continue to pull down. Continuing to pull down. I'm at $90 right now on my open position, and I'm about to. Okay, there's down to 100 now. I'm gonna go into. Let's see what we got here. Hold on just a minute. I'm trading. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. My kid came in. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna put a trade in at the lows. I'll put it at. Oh, right there. I almost got it in. 25. A little more. Put it at 18,574.25. Got it. Boom. Covered. I covered right in here. Beautiful trade. And there it goes, coming all the way down. And as you can see, touching the supply area. And now we're seeing if this is going to act as support now, and then bounce back up and retest. Or if it's going to cut right back into the supply zone. I'll back out for that. Nice trade though, nice trade. Beautiful trade. Coming up, VWAP confluence with this line down, this line here up. Short here, ideally would have been nice to have it come back up and test here, and so I can get in short up here at the mid 80s there, but it didn't happen. It's okay. Look at that, right down into the 72s. I believe I mentioned that earlier, that it would come test that. And here we go, continuing to break. Okay, watching, big volume, buying in. This could be the bounce. This could be the bounce. Nice. Just a little cover. That was a good little trade. Nothing too crazy, but just wanted to go live and kind of show what you can do in some of these trade setups. I did mark out on these areas, but see, what you got to watch out for now is we have a little bit of a trying to find the supply, or kind of a little small demand zone. I'm going to give a demand zone right here. This right here could be technically a demand zone, but it's just on the smallest time frame. I wouldn't even consider it. Breaking through a little bit, holding. I would say if you want, I guess you can say this right here could be technically but yeah, look at that thing snapped. Beautiful. Look at that. Snapped, went down even more, so came in, doji, indecision right here, snapped right there. Now it's really hammering down. Look at the book map, just big volumes slamming it down pretty good. Down at 66. What a trade. What a trade. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm up small in the day. It looks like 177 because I had a trade earlier that I wasn't able to go live with. Anyhow, not so bad, not so bad. Just want to check this out, show you guys a little live trade. I gotta get the music stuff all set up a little better, but yeah, figure out how to do this live stuff a little better. I'm gonna call it. There's that push back up, and like I said, we're gonna call this a mini supply zone. So, or excuse me, demand zone. I'll show you real quick before I leave. So that would have been that mini demand zone based off of this area here. Okay. See if it rejects. Or if this is where you can get short again after that pop right here at the top at the 18,572 area. But what I would like to see is how, how it broke through, come back up, retest. But I think for sure it's going to come in. Look at this. This is a huge bullish engulfing candle though. If it can come up here into like the 74s. That's a lot of covers going on right now, and then so try to probably most likely I would say push back up into this VWAP area. A couple points, You'd want this to close in here, up on the high, in this green zone. Once that closes here, next candle make a new high. That's when you get in right here. Now you get in right there, but it might pull back a little, but right now, you know what? I'm going to take a shot at this. I'm going to go for the long 72. I'm going to let it pull back a little bit. Doji. Watching. We're going to watch the book map as well to see what we have going on here before I just jump in. Looks like we have a little bit of overhead right there in the 74s. I'm going to watch for this to break through. Watch these big volume candles come in. So I'm going to watch over here for the time and sales. And then also watch for the big orbs right here to be coming in with some volume. And if I start seeing them coming in volume and I'm seeing them taking out this area, that'd be a good area to start getting into. That's a sell. We also have support at the 70s, so support right here at the 70s. We'll watch it. Keep in mind, this is downtrending. This is a big downtrend. But in this whole area here, it came up, it came back, it bounced off of this area and then ripped all the way up to the highs up here. That was way back. So this whole area coming back to it again is what I'm saying is it can possibly rip again. We're gonna watch it. Right now, ooh, yeah. It went bullish, almost a bullish engulfing candle, almost. And then that just came right back down and just snapped it and put it right in its place. So looking over here at the book map, if you were watching it, which I wasn't, but at 70 I had some liquidity sitting there ready to buy. It got knocked out. Retest to 70 here. Okay, people are coming in, they're buying a little bit. It's a retest. You can get in for a scalp. 2 contracts. Let's see. I gotta see more than that. There we go. Pushing. 70, 25, 70. Let's see what happens here. A little bit on the... Alright, I put 2 in. I didn't film me. It just ripped. It ripped without me. I tried to get it in there. It's like, it didn't rip. It's only $1. I mean, it doesn't rip a lot. It's just pushing up. So pushing back up into that small little demand zone we have now written, which is above the major supply zone. Back in there again. So it is kind of holding up. This is where I can get that next to make a new high. Right there. There it is. 72, 73. I'm going to go with 1 contract. I'm not going 2 for that. Breakout trades like almost never work. No, they work, but you know. Now it's pulling back. It's just risky when you don't have much volume. Back to the 70s. 70s holding. It's pushing. We'll see what happens here. I really got to get that music thing going. Okay, so we're starting to push higher. So what I'd like so right now, because I did get in. Oh, I didn't get in actually. I tried to get in. I would have got in right here is where I wanted to get in, but it was just whipsawing, right? Kind of whipping around. It's about that area is where you want to get in. About. Right there. Came back down to test. I went up. Came back down to test. We're seeing if this is going to hold here. And this is where you can start kind of buying the pullback. Right? I'll throw a bid out there. Okay, I'm throwing a bid at 72, 75. I'm filled. That was close enough to my entry where I wanted before. Now we're going to see if this thing can build and kind of hang tight and keep going. Profit target, where's it going to be? Anybody know? Honestly, I wouldn't even hold it through this whole entire thing. It might rip all the way back up, but watch into this line. That's your profit line. Profit target, and this is going to be up into this descending line here. Okay. Now let's see. Because now, let's just say you wanted to wait, and you were the other person that didn't want to get in at this red candle that wanted to go for a new high. They wanted to wait for the second green candle, and then for that one to go to a new high. So we're going to see what happens after this, if it can pop up and over the 18,574 area. We need that line to break. I'm long right now, by the way. Long at 18,572.75. Okay, here goes the push. It's almost like a little bull flag. Let's go to a 1 minute chart and look what suicides. There it is. There's the rip and the push right over into the green area here. That's one profit target area. And we remember that used to be support. Now we're seeing if that's going to become resistance. Now what happens is that could push back up in there, deny this area, right? And then it could push right back down like this. Just like that. Okay, so I'm up $45 on this contract right now. And that's into the 76 area. So look up here, looking at the book map, taking a look. It appears that there is some resistance up in that area between 77 and 78. So we have, well, it's not really the resistance. It just looks like we have some liquidity up there. So we're going to see if that can get taken out. And you're watching the book map here. And then also time and sales over here. Just, this is giving you a sentiment on the market about what's going on. So right now, we don't want this to break. We want to keep this up here. This needs to hold. See, it's breaking a little bit. It's getting at least tested. Not breaking, it's testing it. Okay? And this is super slow, obviously, because we're not open during normal market hours, right? Also, keep in mind we have 2 minute chart. So then we have VWAP way up here in the 80s. 18,580s. Okay, watching it. I'm still up like 20, 30, 40. Oh, looks like it's pushing. Okay, that's good. Here, open this up a little bit. Just watching it. Watching the book map. This is what I'm afraid of. Came up to this area, hit this line, rejecting, coming down, and now that next 2 minute candle opened here. This could be an inside candle. Gotta watch to see how it plays out. Dropped all the way down, look at that. Held, got bought up a little bit, wicked up. It's still holding that's kind of the pop, you know, came down. So drop, popped, and then usually they short it again, they come right back down again. So, but we'll see if it's got some legs on it. This is where you can go, okay, I'm going to risk to up here, you know, the top of this area here, so 77, and then you can go, I'm going to get short here at 74, and then they hold it, it's 74 to 77, it's a 3-point move, and then they can hold it and then go all the way down here, right? So if you're short right there, that's a good short, honestly. I should probably, okay, so I'm down $5 at the moment, just because it came back down to my area. I'm gonna watch it, you know, I'm gonna watch it in this whole little, see if this can hold. But yeah, this could be definitely a good little short. Came up here, tested this resistance line to snap, and then came back down. But right now it's also, it could be hitting stops, right? In this area. I'm down $10, 20, oh, snap right back up. So this whole area is starting to hold. So this was that zone of supply, and now it's starting to become, looks like it's really starting to become a demand zone. I'm up $50, $40, $50. Came back up. I'm getting some momentum in here. Okay, so that liquidity up here, I don't see it anymore. In the 77s and 78s. And it only hit 75, 50. Oh, now it's coming back down. So maybe it's proving me wrong. I don't know. This thing's, it's whipping around a little bit pretty good. So we'll see what happens. Whips on around. Now it's going against me. I'm down 25. Oh, back in. 30. Looks like it wants to pull. That was that play of you know, just getting short here, holding it to the top of up here. This could be a good short play. I don't know, but then again, I think I'm going to be okay, and this is why. Let's draw our lines right there. We got a wick down to right here as of right now. Yes, I'm down a little bit. That's okay. This area, people buy it up. I don't care. I'll take a little negative position for a minute. It doesn't kill me. Plus, up on the day. So, helps to have a little buffer. Remember, I got in long right here. This over here is where I was long. And now I'm just going to let it play out. Down $10. Continuing to watch. This thing's actually kind of consolidating sideways now. If I was short, I'd be a little bit worried. Now, let's play this game of higher highs, higher lows kind of thing. Well, overall, we're downtrending. Could this be a reversal zone? You're coming into this big long-term 4-hour. So there we go, 4-hour chart. If you look at if you look at this area here, that was a supply zone. Today we blew through it, and now we'll see what's going on. Come down to a 1-hour. This was supply. This came up, snap, crack all the way down. Okay. We're in supply again, and we're looking to hold. We got a wick down, right there down to, we saw it earlier, it hit 18,567, and the 1-hour chart is starting to show that these are coming down. Yes, but could it be reversing right now? Yes, it could be. Break it down. 15-minute chart. Come down, it wicks down, gets bought up, it's holding in this mini little supply, this demand zone above the old supply zone. Could this reverse? It could. We're watching it. It might dance a little bit, but also it's got that resistance, it's got that line, the trend line coming down. So, something to watch, something to be cognitive of. Just watching it. Break it down to a 5-minute now. 5-minute. It broke below this trend line here. This little small one that's holding up the support. And let's see where that goes now. I feel like this, to me, this looks like it's just holding this area. This is a zone. It's not necessarily all the way to the exact 18,572, you know. It's a zone. Now look at this. Came up, tested this little area up here, which was kind of a resistance area. Used to be support, now it's broken, now resistance. I like how this came up, tested it, and failed and came back, but I'd like to see it test it one more time, because if it comes in and tests one more time, that's going to be confluence on a lot of things. Okay, you're going to have confluence of right here in this area. What would be even better is if you had confluence right here. Count them. You have this support line from earlier right here. This green line, which I put green so that it was like a demand zone, that when things were coming down. It snapped through that over here. Snapped through it, came back up, tested it, denied it again, came down, opened here, came up here. It's still going to be kind of in this area. We'll see if it can come up and retest it again. That's one area there, and then you have this trending line, downtrend line, trending down. That's two. Okay, good to be know that that's there. Now, what's happening here? Accumulation's happening. I'm looking over here, and I see now that those passive sellers are up here, sitting here in the 76, 77, 78 area. Why is that? Well, 76, 77, 78. It's all up in this area. Like I said, they just treat it as a zone. Now you have one here, two there. Now you have come in from the bottom. You have one here, two here, and like basically a third right above it. Those are areas of confluence. They're not super huge because of a daily confluence or anything like that. The bigger the time frame, usually the more significant the confluence is, can read. Okay, we got some buyers coming in that hit up to 18,574. But then look at that, 75 now has liquidity sitting there. If we can get through the 18,575, that liquidity can come in and knock that out. This thing's going to be tested, potentially tested. If buyers start coming in because they're seeing this as support now, look at this. This candle's kind of holding up. This one's kind of holding up. This one's kind of holding up. These are all holding up. Don't get me wrong, they can wick down, but then get bought right back up. This little area is a little support area right now. It's kind of holding. That means if you're a short, you better watch out, because all they need is just a little bit of volume to be able to push this up, and then the shorts will become buyers, and they will push these guys up, and you will see this go up this way, back to the VWAP area, and then retest this other support line, which was resistance earlier. Or nothing happens because there's not much volume and it trades sideways for a while. I'm thinking I've got to watch right in here, the 75 mark. Because the 75 mark is going to be, that's just going to be an interesting area. You got buyers coming in. Buyers coming in. See that? Look at all green that is. Buyers coming in. You need more to hit 74. Keep on going up. And test this confluence area. You got a very small, on the heat map, there's not much in there. You got more coming here at the 70s for support and things like that. I'm not really seeing much in here. Well, I'm probably not going to stick with this much longer. I would like to watch and see how it kind of comes out live, but as of right now, it is just kind of trading sideways, and it's to me, I think it's kind of curling up and it's going to push, but there's just not very much volume in here to do it, and just kind of some indecision right here at this area, and it's still technically a little lower. So if you throw in another little line, just a short-term one here, still staying low below it. I could put that, change that to something like yellow, just for a little short-term line. kind of just putting around and kind of holding around the 70s. So something else that could happen is throw a trade in here and then hold it down to. I wouldn't even risk that much. It could, though. I mean, it could snap. But we'll see. So you have sellers trying to hit it and pin it down. Big sells right here. Look at that. That's holding. That 70 is holding. That was big volume coming in for being pre-market. And now it's holding up. I'm going to add to my position. Right. I'm going to wait for it to hold. Because it just pushed down hard. It's holding. I bought into it. I bought more. I added one contract. And I'm just going to see if this could work. Because it looks like that 70 mark was kind of holding pretty well. And we'll see if it's a spoof or not. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I think it will. It looks like it will. I added another contract in. Because I'm thinking that this is going to wick down and then get bought right back up and hold this support area. What I need to watch out for now is I just need to watch out and make sure that this area can hold, first of all. Second, that me going into this resistance on this downtrend is not going to hurt me, right? So you got some buyers coming in that are still buying it. They're still buying it a little bit. You're starting to get a little bit. You got sellers around the 174s, rightfully so. But if this curls and then makes a new high over the 173, so I keep saying one, the 18,573. If that pops over that line right there, that might push, and it also might break through and go retest this previous support to see if it is and confirm if it's resistance. But it did break through this temporary line here, so that's kind of weak. Okay, it's testing the 70s, and then 69's next. I don't know. I just don't think I'd want to be short right here, just because it looks like it just keeps getting bought up, and I would feel like it could really squeeze you out. There's the buyers. Some buyers, not a lot. Now some sellers kind of pushing. Or it's pulling it down. Pushing goes up, pulls down. That's what it's been doing. So that test up here of that level and then it coming down was the right move. And having all this confluence at the top was the right move. As of right now. Yeah, it's going down pretty good. Well, I'm gonna remain in this trade for a little bit and wait. But it's getting a little late for me, so I'm gonna probably call it a night. And I will be back soon. Alright, you guys have a good night. Take care. I'm out.